You're watching Cheery TV.
I definitely overshot that one. Hi everyone, howdy howdy. Welcome to not table for one. I just did that. Nope, not straight and deep. That's over. It's been over for a while now. Tate Night Talk Show, everybody. Tate Night Talk Show. I don't need these. Hi everyone. You might hear a beep or something. I'm processing a video. It might be ready soon. It might not. I don't know. Either way, hi everyone. How's it going? Having a lovely day. I hope you are as well. Today, we're here to discuss a couple of things. Most notably, pet sitting. We're doing pet sitting stories today. I want to close this. Here we go. And there it goes. It dinged. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll just close that now. But yeah, so this last weekend, the pet sitting weekend, hence the title, was close that. There we go. It was a pet sitting adventure. Little funky thing for me over the weekend. Last weekend. It's already another weekend. Kind of crazy how that goes, isn't it? It's May 2nd already. I was gonna do something for the 1st of May, but I forgot that was a thing, and craziness ensues, as it always does. Yeah, so I had a good little time doing some pet sitting for my sister. Before we get into that, who wants to hear some updates? Nothing really special. It's just I'm gonna be trying to get back into the swing of things properly here, like a nice schedule, a nice layout, a nice formula. No idea how successful it's gonna be, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, because the schedule is kind of wacky. We have a few weird shifts and just some weird times and everything. So we'll have to see what goes through, what goes on. But it'll be a good time nonetheless. Hopefully I can get some more streams in. I think we have like 2 over the course of April. So yeah, I would like to get a little more in for May. But it just kind of comes up to when I'm able. And this next week, I don't know if I'm gonna be able. So, at least not till like later in the day, which is a weird thing for me to say. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, I'll have at least a video upload schedule. Maybe not a stream one this week. So I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to stream this week. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But let's not talk about that anymore. That's boring. That's boring stuff, and we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about my pet sitting adventure, which, in all honesty, was not nearly as rambunctious as it was last time. Because I did this at one point a few months ago, and I might have talked about it. I might have not. I might have just passed by it because it was so mundane. And this time it was about the same, but like it was still a good, fun, crazy time. Basically, my sister was going to a baby shower, and they needed someone to watch their pets for the weekend, and I was like, oh, sign me up. And they already asked my other sister, so it was gonna be me and my sister watching my other sisters, 2 cats and 1 dog. They're all awesome. They're all cool animals. We'll go over the roster now. In terms of the cats, there is a Sphinx cat, which you've seen before. If you haven't seen them, maybe there's a image popping up right now. There probably isn't. I don't know. Just look on like anything. Just look up a Sphinx cat. There he is. And then they also have an orange cat. You seen orange cat before? About the same. And then the dog is like I think a Shiba mix, or maybe they're just a Shiba. I don't know. I really don't know. They're like they're probably about the length of this. No, that seems too large. I don't know. He's not a very big dude. I think whole body probably like this, and he's like maybe this tall. He's a little dude. He's a little guy, but he's cute. He's a black fur. He's a nice little guy. He's very sweet, very crazy. He's like not even 2, I don't think. So he's a little wacky, but all in the right ways, at least for me. For someone like my sister who's not super into the constant like butting in and like, hey, you give me attention, not the best. Also because he's a puppy. So what are you gonna do? Well, not really. I don't know what age distinguishes a puppy and an adult. It's like I don't imagine it's gonna get much bigger than it is, but it's still got a lot of the energy. So I guess maybe that's it. I don't know. Maybe did we describe the aging of animals by how sad they seem? Because in which case, my cats are living the dream. Young as a fiddle. Peter Pan had nothing to do with it. They're just cool like that. But these dudes were funky. But yeah, so I get there on Friday morning. My other sister, who I was doing this with, had something to do, so they didn't actually get to see me just yet. They were gonna come later in the day. Well, yeah, so I got there. We had a little bit of a chat. They were going over just like, oh yeah, feed them this time, and all that sort of stuff. And then they left, and I was like, all right, let's walk this dog because he's just a cool dude. And my favorite thing to do with him is walk him, just because he loves to run. Whenever we go out, I think whenever they walk him, they kind of like restrain him a little more. Because it's like, hey, I only have a couple minutes. You need to poop and you need to get back inside. Me, I had all the time in the world. I had nothing to do that day. I was just, all right. As long as I can get to McDonald's for McDonald's breakfast, that's all I care about. Because I got there at like tonight is. I got there at like 9 in the morning. So like, yes, I could finally get McDonald's breakfast because I haven't had McDonald's breakfast in like a couple years probably, because I never actually have the time to. I never wake up early enough to eat it. And also, I don't live next to a McDonald's anymore, so it's kind of a commodity nowadays. So I was like, okay, let me walk this dog, and we go crazy. And he went crazy. He loves his running. We were out there, and this is consistent for like most of his walks. We're out there maybe like 20 minutes, just him zooming, him panting his gourd off because he is. It's alarming walking him because it sounds like he's choking. It sounds like he's just choking on himself, which is very weird, but apparently just how he is. Because he kind of like just tugs so hard trying to run that I guess he's kind of like squeezing himself with the collar and the harness and stuff. So interesting dude. But yeah, that walk was cool. Got back up, said, all right, I want breakfast. So I wanted to get some breakfast. McDonald's breakfast slaps about as much as I remember, which is it's pretty damn good. But there's some better stuff. But it's still pretty good, and it was nice. And then I just said, all right, well, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep that day, so I was like, let me just take a quick. I'm just gonna lay here with the dog, watch some Glee. So I watched some Glee until I passed out. By the time I wake up, it's like 2 in the afternoon, and I'm like, okay, gotta feed the cats soon. Whatever, nothing too crazy there. I just kind of kept watching Glee until I feed the cats, and their regimen for feeding the cats isn't too weird. I don't like they have like some specific requirements just because one of them doesn't eat as much as he should. The other one will sometimes eat too much, but then half the time they won't eat at all. And it's like you gotta be. They had like a whole like list on their fridge of like contingencies, like give this much, put this much water in the bowl, do this to this one, and if they don't eat this, feed them this. If they eat that, then that's good for them. They had like they had this thing planned out, and I know they don't need that for their everyday life. So the fact that they remember their whole scientific theory every time they feed their cats is kind of impressive. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, they ate their food. They were pretty cool. There were some days where they didn't. There were some days where they did. This is boring, isn't it? Yeah, but I don't care. It's again, this is for me. This is for me. It's my show, and I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about. Yeah, they were cool. There weren't really that many interesting things that happened over the weekend. Although, and then for that Friday, my sister came around like 4 or 5, and then we were, just kind of, watching some other shows. I think we were watching a bunch of House. We watched like a whole season of House in like a day, which was kind of wild. And then we started watching some other stuff. We played some board games. That was fun. But at one point, it was kind of a windy weekend, so sometimes the dog would like run at some stuff, like, and also we saw some birds. Whenever we saw birds, he would sit still. He wouldn't sit. He'd like, stand perfectly still, would not move, would not budge at all, stare at them until he felt a little bit more slack in the leash. If I like let it loose a little bit, and then he'd fucking book it right at the damn birds. But then it's like, okay, well, stop it. He likes to try to run into the road too. I don't know if that's just a thing that like dogs like to do. But the moment he had some like leeway, he would run in the grass, and then head just beeline it for the road, and he'd like try to walk in the road. I'm like, no, walk in the grass, or at least on the side. Don't go on the road. What are you doing? So he kept doing it. He kept trying his best. And he likes cars, he likes other people, and he certainly likes birds and squirrels. Or at least by likes, I mean likes to charge at them at full speed whenever possible. So, I constrained him enough to where he didn't do any of that. But, he was trying. And so, the thing is, though, to mention the wind, there were some like leaves on the ground, and sometimes they'd blow by and he'd like rush at them. And sometimes the leaves would blow like let's say like we're walking this way. It blows like past from one side of me to the other side. He will then stop everything he's doing to make an immediate beeline 90-degree angle and run directly in front of my legs and chase the damn leaf. There's a point where in one walk I almost tripped over this damn dog 4 times. And none of them were where I was just casually walking either. I was like letting him run. So like I was running with him, like, let's go crazy, yeah. And then suddenly just like pivots, and I'm like, oh fucking, and it's like stop dead in my tracks. And like one time I almost kicked him. And eventually, by the 4th time I said, all right, we're done. And I just forcefully tugged him home. He didn't want to go, but I'm like, you're peeving me. You peeved me too much, sir. So yeah, that was the end of that walk. But the biggest thing to come out of that trip, other than the dog time, was remarkably the Wawa's breakfast. I didn't know this. Wawa has like amazing breakfast. If you ever had a Wawa, it's like a Sheetz. If you ever had a Sheetz, it's like a 7-Eleven, but like more fancy. It's just got a bunch of like warm food, like on like you order it, they make it. It's cheap. And surprisingly, it is very cheap. Like Wawa and Sheetz, cheap food, like really good, really cheap food. Like at least in comparison to other things, you can get like a pretty damn good. Especially for breakfast, you can get like a whole sandwich. It's like super loaded with shit for like not even like it's like $5, a little over $5. Really good, really damn good. They also have soft pretzels, which are amazing. They have a bunch of stuff. They have pizza, which is like okay. It's a little expensive for what it is, but they got pizza if you want pizza. But their breakfast, I've never had their breakfast because I don't live near a Wawa. So having their breakfast, it's like another world. I like Sheetz breakfast, especially because it's an all-day thing. You can get the breakfast whenever. For Wawa, you have to be there before, I think, like 11. Their food is so good. The eggs are fresh. They're like really nice. Everything about it is amazing. The bagels aren't that bad, even though it's like not like a New York bagel. Like so they're okay. But the food is just good. The breakfast is good. Like you get like you order a breakfast sandwich from like a Sheetz, and it's kind of like a microwave sandwich, but like a bit fancier. These are like, yeah, you went to like a breakfast joint and got a breakfast sandwich, and it's delicious, and you love it. And the eggs are big and fluffy, and the bread is actually like decently sized. It's not like a little fucking like a little like this sized burger. Like it's like a proper meal, and it's like, holy shit, it's amazing. The only thing I don't understand about Wawa is that they only serve fries from 4 to midnight, and same with their burgers. Like some things are like an all-day staple, like after the breakfast menu, but for whatever reason, there's like a time period of like 11 to like 4, where some things just aren't available, and it's like, huh? And then those things are only available from 4 to midnight, and then they go off available, and you can only order the other stuff until like 5 or 6 in the morning, where they push to the breakfast menu. I don't understand that. I don't understand why places don't just have a set menu the entire day, like Sheetz does. But I guess they kind of compromise it for some cheaper food that can be stored all day, so maybe that's why. I don't know. But it's still pretty damn good. And it was still overall a pretty damn good time. we didn't really do too much, which is kind of weird. Like, at one point, I went to Goodwill on my own. I love a good Goodwill walk, and like my sister is like, they're kind of here or there about Goodwill. They'll like browse for like 10 minutes and call it a day. I maybe spent like an hour in there, just slowly. Well, I think I went through twice to just check and see if there's some cool stuff, and I don't. It's in my closet, but it's a. I don't know if any of you were here for this saga. And this is going to be the next stream that I do. Whenever I go live again, I'm going to attempt once again to open this briefcase. Because I got this from a Goodwill probably like a year or two ago now. And I got it because I thought it was funny. Because it doesn't open. There's nothing about it that screams it can open. I was on stream the entire time, scrambling this thing and trying to unscramble it to make it open. To ultimately no prevail. I didn't get it. I still don't get it. I still don't know how to open this thing. It has still been just as locked as it always was when I first got it. And I think the problem was I was doing it wrong in the beginning. Go back to 0. There we go. I was doing it wrong in the beginning because originally I was pushing them inwards, when apparently you're supposed to go like pull outwards to make it unlock. So I was kind of screwing myself like right away with how I didn't know how suitcases worked or briefcase worked. So I'm gonna try to open this again, and it's gonna be really boring, but it's gonna be fun. I got another one. It's a black one, and it actually was already opened and openable when I first got it. And it's got like a bunch of cool pockets in it, so that was cool. I got that, and then I got a big old like the party box of apples to apples because it's better in every way against Cards Against Humanity. I'm gonna say that for a fact. It's better than Cards Against Humanity. It's just more fun, honestly. It's a much easier, much more fun, much more chaotic game. Like as funny as getting foreskin is in Cards Against Humanity, well, you see it enough times, quite like regular foreskin, and you just get tired of it. It's foreskin. There's nothing special about it anymore. But there's always some sort of just like, I don't know if it's like the innocence of apples to apples as well that kind of helps play into it, but it's just chill. It's just easy. It's easy to go with. And maybe you combine like Cards Against Humanity cards with apples to apples cards, and that could be kind of funny. But as it is, apples to apples is the better game. And also, it's less about like the prompt and how like iffy the prompt is. Like those like the black cards, like the prompts can be here or there. With apples to apples, you're just comparing a card to like a verb or like an adjective. It's like which one of your cards is the most pungent or the most awkward, and then you can put whatever the hell you want. And it's just kind of funny. It's like, oh yeah, watermelon. I mean, maybe not. It kind of depends. It depends. Like it's not really about being the funniest. It's about being like the most accurate to the thing while still being funny. And honestly, it's just a great game. I think apples to apples is far superior in every way. So I got that. And then I got like a weird little box for my sister because I was like, I gotta get him something while I'm here, and this is kind of cool. So it was cool. And one thing I did do that unfortunately has already been foibled was I wanted to leave them. I had cards made up of their like scrotum cat, the Sphinx. I call him the Scrote. I had cards made of him just like as like a tester for a thing I was doing, and I had like 5 of them, and it was just his face, and on the back it said bye. You open it up, it says hello, and I had those for like months and months and months, and I kept meaning to like give them to them or like put them in their house or something for the longest time. Just like a little like every time I'd go over, I just plop one on the thing and they just kind of collect a pile of them. But I brought them and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna hide them around their house. So me and my sister hid them around their house, and we had 5, unfortunately, only 5. But we put one on a cat tower. We put one in there like on the like when you open a record player, like the front, like the top of the lid, put it underneath there. We put one in their Nintendo Switch dock. We had like a little, I got them like a B mode Nintendo Switch dock. I put one in there, so it kind of looked like that was his face. I put one in the freezer. We tried taping one to the ceiling fan, but whenever it was going, it got so fast. It was the coolest thing in the world. it was doing that. It was like when I taped it, like kind of like it was kind of dangling off of it, and it was going, and then at one point it like whipped off, and it instantly landed in my hand. I didn't see it. I didn't try to catch it. It just went from whoa, it's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning. It's in my hand. Like big loud crack of like the tape like getting ripped off, and then just bam, it was in my hands. Imagine if someone who didn't know that was about to happen got that. Like if they came home and they turn on the fan and they just and it lands in their hands, they didn't even see it. That would have been a mind fuck. Imagine that. That would have been so cool. I'm glad it happened to me because that was fucking cool. It was very weird. But yeah, so he couldn't put it there. So let's see. We put one in the microwave. There we go. So it's the microwave. Put one in the freezer. Put one on the cat tower, BMO, and the vinyl record thing. So there's only 5. I wish I had more because now they've already found all 5, and they're probably expecting there to be more because I didn't tell them how many were there. I didn't tell them they were there in the first place. They just kind of saw one, and then when we left, they kept finding more, which is what I was hoping they would do. But they found like a million of them so quickly, unfortunately so. But hopefully I can do it again because that was very stupid. But yeah, there's none more. And I'm hoping that they don't expect more because I'm gonna feel really sad. They're like, I haven't found more. I've been digging through my house, which is kind of funny. I was kind of hoping they would do that, but I was hoping that they would go. They would do that when they found like 3 of them, and then they would eventually find more as their searches kept going. But they didn't. They'd have to keep searching, but they probably will, and they won't find anything. And I'm hoping because that'd be pretty funny. But yeah, just kind of a really easy, breezy time over there. The dog, cool as he is, you know, he's either very lazy or he's very energetic, which is kind of, I guess, kind of fair. The dude likes to tug on things, and whatever reason, he starts just assuming that like arms are like something he can grab at. Because we'll be like playing with like one of his ropes or like a ball back and forth, and sometimes he just won't bring it back, and I'll be like, okay, well, where is it? And start like trying to like grab my arm. Like he won't like hard bite, but he'll like try to like grab it and like pull it. And I'm like, no, no. Because I'm thinking, eventually he probably might try to like chomp it off. I'm like, I see how you play with things. We're not doing this. So he tries to do that. So other than that, he's usually pretty good, but he can be a bit of a dick with that sometimes. But it was a good time. It was honestly a very, very good time. I had a great time. And you know what? I think that's honestly all I have for you guys today. I apologize. It's a much shorter episode. It's only 20 minutes. You know what we can do? I don't have it. I can put a timer up, not on the screen. We got a segue. I think that still works. I'm fairly certain that still works. Segue. Bam. Yes, sir. That still works just great. I'm gonna put up a timer. We're gonna do 5-minute record holder. Just because I have records and I want to talk about them. So I'm gonna. That was the episode. If you guys want to leave, feel free to do so. But I got a 5-minute timer on the thing. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab the record. Be right back. So the record we're gonna be talking about today is the Ninja Sex Party Master Strokes 15 Years of Elegance record. And start the timer. So this is a double LP. So there's 2 records in here. And what I will start with is the packaging isn't the best unless I did it wrong, because normally like I have like another double LP from like Wings and other stuff, like they have 2 slots for the records and they usually stay pretty flat. This one bubbles out a lot and this even happened like before I even took them out to like do anything, but then when I put it back in, it definitely exacerbated, I think I'm using that word right, the issue there. So it's kind of funky, but ultimately the music is still very, very good. We've got them, the silly little dudes, Ninja Brian, Danny Sex Bang, chilling on the middles of all the records here. And there's ultimately, how many songs? They also have a middle cover, which is really freaking cool. It's a really nice damn art. Really good, really freaking cool stuff. On the top here, it shows you all the songs, all the credits that were up there as well. But yeah, so there are 22 tracks in this, which is really great, and a lot of them are really good songs. Like I don't think I hate any of these songs. I don't think I hate any Ninja Sex Party song. What I will say though is that I like this because it's a bunch of songs that I don't have on physical media otherwise, except for the last 4 of them because they're on the Prophecy, which I do have that CD. The rest of these, I was at least expecting, like, when it says Master Strokes, or like when they marketed it, I thought they were going to, like, it says tracks 1 to 13 remixed. They all sound about the same. They all sound pretty much the same as the other ones, and the other tracks don't mention that they've been remixed, that are also probably the same. I thought they were gonna do something like the Level Up album, where they like fancify, like they like made them different. I thought it was just gonna be a bunch of their tracks, like almost like, imagine like a piano ballad in like a middle of like a grand foyer, like like playing them. Which, either way, I'm satisfied. Like don't get me wrong, this is a fantastic set of songs. Here, we'll pop this over here. I literally can't see the camera if I do that though. So here you go. Hope you can read that. Yeah, I can. I'm gonna read it from there. So if you can't read it, I can't read it. There's a lot. I'm gonna read it here. So side A, Dinosaur Laser Fight, the good one. Like, not like they're both good, but this is like the more like retro, like original version. There's like a slower version from the acoustic tour and stuff, and the Level Up, which is good, but it doesn't really hit the same for me. There's a bunch of good songs on here. If We Were Gay, No Reason, Boner, to Decision, FYI, I want F your A. Certified classic. I love that one a lot. I'm really surprised that Objects of Desire didn't get on the record, because that's a really freaking good track from them, from their first album, which is really, really good. But they got a lot of good stuff here. Like, Next to You is in here, which I like, but I feel like it could have been replaced with Object of Desire. Unicorn Wizard, Everybody Shut Up, I Have an Erections in. Great song. Dragon Slayer's here, also a banger. 6969 made it on the list. That's a really long song, but they do it justice, and it's a very good song. And hearing that during their live performance was even better. It was really good. It was really freaking cool. Attitude City, Road Trip, Why I Cry, and then after that, it's kind of it's like your stuff from Cool Patrol and The Prophecy. That's like their more like well-known songs, so you all probably know them. I'll just show them to you. You got Danny, Don't You Know, Cool Patrol, First Date Orgy for One, Noise the Kraken, Welcome to My Parents' House is where they start the Prophecy songs. And you got a few of those, including the Mystic Crystal, which is pretty damn awesome. Getting the Mystic Crystal on here was pretty crazy. But it's also a lot of space. I feel like the Mystic Crystal is a good song. It fits better with the entirety of the album. So I'm surprised they didn't just scrap that and put like a bunch of the songs from in the album from it. Like Do Math With You, I love that song. I'm surprised that didn't make it on the list. There's honestly just a lot of them. And then, of course, they have These Nuts, which this came out, I think, a little after These Nuts. So I'm surprised no songs from These Nuts made it onto the album. But, is what it is, I guess. And it's weird that No Reason Boner's on here, but then Heart Boner didn't make it on here. I think Heart Boner would have been another great track to put on here. So ultimately, a lot of very good songs, very cool album art, a bit weird packaging, but it is a very welcome addition to the collection, just because it's a bunch of songs that I love from them that I haven't had physically that I do now. It's pretty cool. So ultimately, I like it. And so ends the 5 minutes for our 5-minute record holder timer. And that is the end of the segment. So, ladies and gentlemen, from there, what a great image. That's all I got for you today. So, thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Tate Night Talk Show. Again, sorry it's a little lower, it's a little smaller. I just got a lot to do, and it's not a very big topic, I guess. So, yeah, with that, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.